All right. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's check out what's been happening in the market. All right. So we saw yesterday after 1 o'clock, the market plummeted. The Dow Jones dropped 816 points. Um, NASDAQ declined. This is mostly due to the spending package that Congress was attempting to pass, or they just passed it this morning. $4 trillion going to be added to the national debt. And this advancement has sparked fears of inflation, increasing borrowing costs, leading to a surge in Treasury yields. Notably, the 30-year yield surpassed 5% for the first time since October of 2023. So the yields goes up, money comes out the stocks or the equities, and the market starts to fall. Bitcoin is surging. It's at all times high. Um, the Senate has got a bill that's potentially to pass to regulate stablecoins. So crypto is going to continue to rise. When that happens, it's going to take off. Um, there's a G7 meeting in Canada. There's some trade talks and trade policies. Obviously, if there's any agreements there, that can always be a catalyst for a day or two. But right now, the market is in a tricky situation. Oil prices also are falling. They're retreated. A potential OPEC production increases raises concerns about oversupply, as well as there was threats around Israel attacking Iran. So we got a few things happening in the market that's changing the trajectory. If you're day trading, long term, you're still investing. But again, this summer is going to be crucial. They passed this tax bill already. Nike just announced that they're raising prices. A lot of the retailers who did their earnings report announcing prices are going up due to those tariffs that were in effect. So they got to recoup that cost. They're going to pass that cost on to the consumer. And, and that's when the market is going to start getting indication from the consumers, the citizens, on their how they're going to be impacted by these increased prices due to the tariffs. And then that's eventually might cause fear. And therefore, with this decrease in debt, which is going to increase inflation, all of those play a factor, which could lead to the market pulling back. But we'll always have these little news outbursts trying to keep things afloat, such as this tax bill, which is not working in the market. So let's see what's happening right now. Right now, we're looking at the ES on the weekly. Let's bring that on into a 4 hour. See if we're seeing any strength. Yesterday, I was in Airbnb. Was trying to hold it. I had a put on it. Got on into it in the morning. Had to drop out around 11:30. I just couldn't watch it. Got busy with other things and turned the computer off. Took a little loss. Checked my phone about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and that option contract darn near tripled. So, but that's just how it is sometimes. All right, so looking at the ES right now on the 4 hour, look like it's under pressure. Definitely look at that. Bam. So it's like that could be setting up for a bear flag, even if you get a bounce back up here in the morning, maybe the 5,900, or then you get another drop again. But you see this big engulfing, that pretty much takes over, where we at? May 12th. And that's a 4 hour, that's pretty huge. So let's take that down to an hour. Let's take a look. All right, on the hour, we definitely see, what's this, 58.45 as support, 58.70 as resistance. All right, let's take a look at the SPY. Yeah, the ES is bearish. The market definitely looked bearish this morning. Let's take a look at the SPY real quick. The SPYs and the Qs are setting up well. They had a bunch of squeezes this morning. All right, SPY 582. 584. Well, you see this big candle right here. So even if we get a bounce off of 582, maybe back up here, 585, and we get another dip. I mean, there is some weakness here, but at least we see the range is really clear. Be patient today and watch the SPY. Let's take a look at the Q. I even think the VIX is bullish this morning. Let's see. Qs, we got clear support at 512, so we definitely can't short unless it breaks 512, maybe even 511. Yeah, I'll take it to 511. A clear full candle, whatever, on a 5, 10, 15 minute that shows up at 510, continuing to the downside. Or if we get a bounce, you know what to do here. Let's take a look at the VIX real quick, because the VIX have been, man, the VIX back up to 21. 18, 19. Let's take a look at the VIX over 4 hour. Haven't really paid attention to the VIX as much. But looks like the VIX is creeping back. I'm going to have to restart. This thing is running. All right, yeah, the VIX is, boom, man. You see the VIX had dropped, went down to 16, went up, went down. So the VIX has been in a channel, but now I'm broken out. If it gets up here to 23, yeah, the market is really going to fall. All right, so we're looking at the SPYs, the Qs. Take a look at coin. Coin should be in. Coin is one thing I'll keep my eye on. Again, with Bitcoin rising up, we clearly see support here at 272, 254. Let's drop this down to an hourly. 272. What's the current? It's at 264 right now. That can be like an 8-point move to the other. Coin could definitely be one of those stocks that might be slightly bullish. All right, this is Meta was a stock I was looking at early, keeping our eyes on Meta. Meta has quite a few squeezes this month. Meta sits right here, pretty perfect. It can go 631 as support and 640 as resistance. So it's sitting that right in between both of them. So keep your eyes on Meta and move in either direction. Again, the market is looking a lot bearish this morning. Let's take a look at a few other things that's setting up. All right, we have CVX, oil and gas, as I mentioned before, some concerns about oversupply. Looking pretty bearish right now. I think Chevron, Valero, the Valero breaks 125, a continuation. It could obviously sitting at a good point, sitting at this 200 on the hour. That could act as support. We could get a reversal. And then let's look at ExxonMobil. So you see quite a bit, almost the same. Exxon looking bearish as well. So you definitely look at oil and gas as a sector. Another sector that may not do well because there's drastic cuts in the healthcare package. Humana, for a lot of reasons, is sitting at between 231 and 238. It's looking a little bearish in the morning. Also, you take a look at, and let's take a look. Cigna looking bearish at 3. Ooh. The Cigna has some volume. I might like that. I like the risk and reward on Cigna. And let's look at Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly has got all the way back up here around 750 yesterday. I'm sure Lilly was a good one. It had dropped, stayed, and then it just like the market. That one, people got a lot of money on Lily yesterday. Lily's at 719, got support at 712. I really don't like it as much as the others. This might drop, but it also might bounce. Only reason I was looking at healthcare again because they got major cuts in the Medicaid. All right, so what's on tap today? Spies, Q. Um, it looks like the market is having some bearish reaction to the congressional bill. Bond yields are still high. You got to continue to watch your support levels and resistance levels. Again, it can always be tricky. It can be these gap downs. Here's the Qs again. It's really clear. We don't get in unless it goes after 512, 511. If it breaks this, along with SPY and other stocks, it keeps on its way down. We ride that one simply because SPYs and Qs on the dailies. Contracts are fairly cheap and they can double, triple within a matter of minutes. All right. Hopefully this has been helpful. If it has, please like and subscribe. Check you on in the next one. What a basketball game last night. Pacers, Knicks, Tyrese Halliburton. Man, great game. Too bad for the Knicks fans. All right, peace.